very aggressive carries. Core, I mean, West Spirit and Monkey King, they will be running around, creating a lot of space for him to just use the Solar Guardian to clean up. So I would like to see JG taking a little bit more carrying responsibility here in this game. Perhaps even go for a build like Armlet Day, so that we talked about. That could be one of the way too.
Yeah, maybe this is the Armlet game we've been waiting for on these Dawnbreakers. But game one. And a very important game as well, because with how this draft has been going, I have to say I do have to put a slight edge on the Kukuys team, seeing how well they performed. Armel with his 2-hero pool has been looking good. Jewel getting better. Now he's back to the Night Stalker. The last Night Stalker I think he played wasn't very successful in the laning stage. I think he had the least net worth out of all the other cores on the server. But I think now that he's won a game, I think he's getting to the feel that, hey, I can win any game, and it doesn't have to be only because of Armel.
Yeah, I think
I might be really harsh on this guy. I'm starting to sound like a hater in a way. But it is a qualifier where the team that grows the most is the one that's most likely to qualify.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a learning curve.
Adapting throughout the qualifier is a huge thing.
And we're going to get a first blood fight here as well. Yowie getting the 3-man slow with the illusions going into play. Kishka being targeted. Nice little bat there from Kidori onto the back line. But Kishka is the one to fall first, and it is for the mid puck to start things off with the first blood. It is your opponent's worst nightmare.
You don't want this guy to be the one getting the last hit, man. And they are gonna... Okay, at least they are gonna take 3 bounties. So they only left Team Kukuys 1, but still not the greatest news. I think this puts a lot of pressure on Wonder Boy now to really go up against Armel and try to shut him down. Already off to a pretty big challenge though.
Yeah, already flying in the instant bottle pretty much for Armel. Very happy with him getting the first kill. Actually, not even the bottle. He's just getting in some extra regen, finishing the wand, and having a couple extra branches. So there's a lot of regen here for Armel now to go with. Recognizing that Void Spirit's damage output. Remember when Universal Heroes were first introduced? Void Spirit was S tier in terms of damage output.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of Void Spirit that every Universal Hero got nerfed.
That was just so busted that Magnus Void Spirit was in every single game, and all these teams were just first picking Void Spirit. I wouldn't say that was a fun time. It's kind of boring because you are just seeing this Void Spirit going around and one-shotting supports.
Yeah, that was a kind of a strat that if you have more Universal Heroes than your opponent, you're very likely winning the game.
Oh, exactly, for sure.
Now we're at the point where it feels like the more strength heroes you have, or the more melee heroes you have, and if they're both strength and melee, then you have a high chance of winning the game. But
yeah,
these are just statistics.
I mean, if you look at the first wave bans, right, all of them are those tanky heroes that are able to dish out a lot of damage. DK, Elk, Team Bristle, BB. Because traditionally, you wouldn't think that tank heroes are able to do so much damage, but times have changed.
There's also Kishka dropping for a second time on this Lion. So the first 2 kills going for the Cuckoo stack without Cuckoo. Mr. Bosku on the Talon roster, also in the lower bracket. So there's a possibility there's going to be a rematch between the 2 teams, would require Kukuys to win and Talon to drop Yangon Galacticos.
Yeah, I mean, that is not an unlikely outcome, I feel like. That is pretty likely, actually. So, Kukuys, I think they will be pretty hyped up to try to get a revenge for Talon. So, that might be a big motivator for them to take down this game. Or, I should say, series. I mean, so far, Dawnbreaker is top on the net worth, doing a lot better than the TB. Thanks to the help of Lion.
Yeah, at least. Even with the Lion dropping a couple times, hasn't really hindered this Dawnbreaker's capabilities. This hero is starting to turn into everybody's nightmare. This pause 3 Dawnbreaker, it's so strong. And people are trying to enjoy probably the last days or maybe the last weeks of this hero. I'm fairly certain we're not going to be seeing a lot of Dawnbreaker in the next coming months when the patch drops, because it's going to get the nerf hammer.
Yeah, that's sure.
It's been so long this hero's level 2 has been too good. Armel, look at him with the blood grenade! It's not the first time he's done that move.
That would be a very huge swing if he's able to take down Wonder Boy there. Because he's already after such a great start. If he's able to double down on that kind of lead, he could just get out of hand. And this time they bring in the reinforcements as well. Clockwork's already controlling the top quadrant. And what's great, very much likely have to go home after this wave.
It does look like it, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hinder his XP quite a lot. Okay, maybe not. He sent us up to the south. That is a pretty good play.
Armel is there to break it though. Remnant is there. It will catch up an AU. They're gonna have to bring in some reinforcements. Kishka is showing up in the trees, lining up for that nice stun. Onto 2. Armel, however, with the puckish. With every orb and phase usage always gets a tad bit of extra HP, so might look like a glass cannon. But when you think about the EHP you're getting, this puck probably has like a 1,000 instead of just 600-700.
Yeah, same as the voice spirit, right? You have barrier after using E.
Yeah, the barrier, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good job for Wonderboy as well. He was holding 1 point.
Yoe?
And then
okay, AU is here as well. Yoe did show up quite low, running straight into the Lion, but I think this is the Lion dying again for the 3rd time. And Yoe picking up another. Actually, his first kill, he did get the assists from the previous 2 kills.
That was a pretty good pathing by AU as well. He didn't walk straight together with the Terrorblade just to avoid the 2-man spike. So he was able to avoid that and catch up to Lion. We see a Monkey King here very early on.
Early rotation. And taking down the Metamorph. That's Yoe down and AU forced away.
Okay, this is huge. This is a perfect timing for them to make such a move as well. It's a catapult timing. We always talk about this, but not a lot of teams are able to execute this to a discipline like this. So very good pressure coming out from Mongolz. And meanwhile, they are also, this is not a solo rotation, right? They bring in the Pokemon as well, so you can see that the chip damage are really coming through.
Wonderboy in trouble. Armel laying in the hurt. Goes a bit too deep with the orb though. And a very nice dodge there as well, but is it enough? Jing is there to protect on the other end. Holy Armel, that is some sweet, sweet movement right there.
That was so close. So another time Armor is able to find a bit of an advantage over the enemy mid player. He will be able to hit the hit 6 first, and that was his move with the Dream Coil. Wonderboy managed to dodge the bullet there.
Radiant are scanning.
He's been looking so good, like so sharp with his reactions. Wonderboy constantly cautious about what is happening. 7-minute rune is spawning. AU is already invading. And when Wonderboy is also being brought in here, but he loses all of his mana and doesn't get close enough for the Wisdom. He does have to use his big magic wand, so he has his jumps available. And with JG, well, you kill a Clockwork, but the damage has already been done.
That was crucial by Clockwork. I feel like this is the play that all Clockwork players are looking for. We're always looking for stealing the Wisdom Ring because of Cog is such a good tool to do that, and he managed to do so.
Chidori, he was so close, but the Dawnbreaker joining in.
Great play.
You were oblivious. Now you're mine.
I like the Kishka unidentified. Okay, top lane. I've died there 3 times already, so do I want to go back there again? Probably not. So he moves towards the bottom lane and make the move together with Monkey King. They have great setups. Double stun into Dawnbreaker out. That was clean.
That is such a important judgment call to understand and act. Not just understand, but also act on the fact that this lane is no longer salvageable. Let's win the ones we still can. And then bring in the Dawnbreaker with the global presence. They can get the Dawnbreaker back in the game while getting Chidori some extra farm by getting these kills. Like killing the Night Stalker, really crucial for not 1 but 2 cores.
Yeah, especially in his daytime right now. So this is where you want to attack Night Stalker when he's still weak. Because if you miss this window, he might get strong, he will have ultimate, then it's not so easy to punish them anymore. And back to your point just now, it's one thing to identify, another thing to execute. And a lot of times I feel like the skill in itself is to identify what is the correct play for you to do so. And we see a lot of teams might miss that sometimes because the window is often very small. So you need to do the right timing, you need to make the right decision at the right timing and execute them perfectly. And it's not, you know, combine two things together, it's not easy to do so. But so far, Team Mongolz, they made a rotation top lane and then they make a rotation bottom lane. Both work out really well.
The Mongols also have to keep an eye open on how much can they keep this tempo going, because I was looking at the Monkey King's quick buy. It was a Maelstrom at one point. So that means also that it is a pretty... It's an okay farming item, sure, but that also means that he wants to be dealing damage as much as possible early on. Those magic damage procs on a hero like TB can't just go full-on Battle Fury, otherwise you're never really killing this Terrorblade. So magical damage is required, but it also means that they have this early timing that they have to play to.
Yeah, I'm just wondering and curious if Monkey King wants to go for Flame Lair or Neon Lair. Because Flame Lair is going to allow you to play with your team, to allow you to speed up the pace for the entire team. But Neon Lair is more like, okay, I'm just going to hit my item timing, I'm going to play with my Wukong.
Yeah.
And hopefully be the one out carrying Terrorblade. So curious to see which direction he wants to go for. The Chidori that I know probably would go for the Neon Lair and try to out carry TV, so we'll see.
Blightner could also be handy versus the Puck in this game. So if he does make the... And also the Night Stalker running around in an ult, he can quickly catch a glimpse where the hero is. So it would be interesting if he does make that adjustment, if he is used to building Mjolnir on this hero.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Ags lined up on the Void Spirit, very standard approach, trying to get to that ASAP.
I'd like to see what kind of adjustment that Amaro is going to do here, because most of the time
stealing stacks.
Oh, Kishka, can you get a hex? No, that's still pursuing.
Close enough, and I just need to get Kishka running in, coiled up. Oh, long range stun, but the dead shot from the other direction, and they turn things around. Here comes Jewel, right on top of the Lion. That is fresh meat for the Night Stalker. Great intervention.
Yeah, that was also Black Grenade used by Wonderboy, if I didn't see that wrongly. so like copying a bit of a shred coming out from Amel there. Yeah, I was talking about I'm wondering if Amel is gonna go for BKB this game or Yield Scepter, because although I understand that Yield Scepter is pretty good into the silence, but a lot of times you are setting yourself up for the Ether Remnant and also Earthspike plus Hex from Puck. So if you would like to have a more defensive approach and make sure that you don't die in fights, maybe BKB is the item to go. It is a hard call to make though. So really would like to see what is his approach here.
Well, we're going to be sitting a moment in a pause here at least. That gives some time for Armel to think about how much does he need that Yules. And can he avoid this Void Spirit? Because if you don't build the Yules, then you cannot be near this Axe Void.
Yeah.
But it sounds very greedy to disrespect the long-duration silence.
For sure. So, because if you would like to go for a BKB, then the build could be different, right? You might not be going for Blink anymore, you might go for Witchblade BKB, just to make sure that you can stay in the fight and dish out the right-click damage. But if you're not, then the playstyle would be a little bit more defensive.
Armel might beat the race here. Wonderboy has to use his second jump for the rune to secure the illusion. He will not be able to jump right in. And they smoke with the Puck and the Clockwork towards the top lane. They're hoping to find JG, or maybe even Castaway with that Pugna.
That was a really good read coming out from JG. He put the big camp, knowing that it's probably very hard for him to contest the wave, but still, they found him.
Even without the puck, they do bring in Yowei and Jing. JG will go down. Secured by the calling off of the Muerta. And a counter smoke with the Void and the Lion. They're going to be jumping on Jewel. Lion stun does connect despite the crippling fear being out. The Hex is there as well. That is a lot of damage dealt by Chidori. AU just drops the cogs and simply walks away, handing another set of Jingus for Chidori.
Okay, so both offlaners are going down, but definitely a much better trade for the set of Kukuys. Simply because Dawnbreaker is the #1 net worth player on in the game right now. I think this is where Mongolz, they can look to make for another move. Okay, there we go.
Get another one.
Yeah, with the help of Dawnbreaker.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So far so good for the side of Mongolz. We haven't really seen like very big action going on right now. They're still playing, still trying to extend their lane, making some simple rotations here and there. But in terms of big objective, pushing towers, we haven't seen it from both sides of the team. Also because they don't really have like very obvious tower pushes, right, besides TB. And TB got a pretty rough lane, so he's only thinking about recovering right now, instead of pushing towers.
Also, Terrorblade might be feeling there could be an increase in tempo, so he also has to be a part of some of these fights, but not too deep. Like, he doesn't want to chase to a tier 1 tower, but instead, if a fight is going under their own objective, they'll be happy to teleport and rotate in. And you kind of need to get him involved too. Kishka jumped on by a hook shot from AU. Jewel chasing JG. That's 1600 HP you need to go through. Monkey King turning things around with the Wukongs. You've got Wonder Boy joining in.
Coil.
Nice coil from Armel. Has all 3 caught. And they're sitting ducks for a moment. Silenced right after. Castaway, though, forces him away. The Nether Ward is placed down. Which they need to clean up first. But they're jumping in. Jewel and AU. AU is low, and he's finally taken down. JG is still alive after all of this action. But Armel has a shield rune, and this puck is untouchable. Now they focus their sights towards the Void Spirit and take down Wonder Boy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very big kills here.
There was Amel again with the clutch 3-man coil into multiple 3-man silencers as well. Kishka, only level 5, trying to run away from the Stalker. Unfortunately, won't be able to do so. Still, Finger of Death is not available yet. Pretty rough game for the Lion so far.
Yeah, they are the 2 heroes on the server who don't have an ulti, and the other's a TB who doesn't really need Sunder. So he's gonna be dead last to pick up his ult. And he would have had it during that team fight if somebody died. Like, somebody else than just that 1 kill they were able to get. Oh, big stack.
I like
farm.
Yeah, I like that Yowei was just like showing up for a bit of help. And most importantly, I think his job there is to make sure that the tower falls after such a scrimmages, because that's what you want scrimmages to be, right? You want to kill some heroes, be leading into taking towers. So Yowei really understanding his job right there. Gonna run himself into JG again.
Dawnbreaker with the quick reminder. Being in the area. I'm a bit worried about this Void Spirit state right now. He's sitting at 5,000 net worth. That's 1,000 gold less than the Night Stalker, who's had, I wouldn't say a hard lane, but a pretty rough time.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to the scrimmage just now, because they got a lot of gold right after the scrimmage, plus the tower. They were able to soak up some farm as well. And once we know that this hero doesn't really enjoy hitting creeps so much. He really wants kills to amplify his gameplay. They might have an idea where this TB is.
Oh, TP to the tower.
Clutch TB. Clutch TB.
He saw it with the ward, though. They're still coming towards him. And he doesn't have Sunder because he used it a while ago, farming that ancient camp. And now the Break of Dawn.
Break of Dawn.
You know where he is. Kishka's just waiting. But the long-range stun. This is a really good read from Yowei and the squad. So they've warded this area at least. Not with 1, but 2 observer wards, which doesn't lead to a kill. And a smoke is happening on the other side of the map. They see the monkey. They see actually the Pugna first. The hook shot goes in. Armel there to clean up Castaway. Monkey King is still in the trees on the left of this T1 tower. He cannot defend it alone. Now TV pinged in the mid lane. Maybe they still get their opportunity to jump him. As they're fighting at the T1 tower, Mass DP is coming in. Yowie survives, dodges the hammer, and Sunder is ready. And he got fingered by Keisha.
What?
Oh, the greed. The greed is real. Well, that's instant karma right there. Wonder Boy jumping away, but it looks like this T1 tower could still be pushed. JG quick to act here with that 80 rune. Oh, they were gutted for a moment. They didn't kill that Terrorblade with such a heavy investment. They're forced to back away, and then Yowie decides to walk into them. Like, here you go. You got me.
Yeah, I can try to. I can relate to what Kishka was feeling there. He's like, oh my god, no, we can't kill him. And then a moment later, he walks back to my finger. He'd probably be like, oh, thank god. Thank god for making this gang happen. Liu.
Kishka was so happy to get that because he was like 100% guaranteed dead.
Stun!
And now he misses the stun. Oh well, I mean, they were already TPing out. It was close. Just not close enough.
Yeah, that's the struggle of a Lion. I feel like when this hero has a slow start, like everything just feels so hard to achieve without a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, very true.
So unfortunately, Kishka missed out on, just barely missing out on some of these big kills.
We got a saying in Finland or in Finnish. It's basically you have a sting in your heart. And I think when the moment you said that, all the Lion players out there in chat are like, "Yep, I know how that feels." You
I know that because
you die 15 times a game.
I know that feeling because I'm a Lion player myself. It feels really...
I heard that. I heard that from your tone.
You heard that in me, yeah?
Yeah. Kidori sees the rotation and he decides to go for a bit of a backstab on both of the supports here. Gets insta hook shot by AU. Kishka does land the stun on him. Kidori will finish him off, but King is doing a lot of damage. Yowie does get hexed up, and Armel waiting for his time to shine. There's JG joining in on the fight and isolates Armel from his supports. Jewel. He got Dark Ascension literally off cooldown, and he's going to charge in. Armel does go down, and there's a couple important kills for the Mongolz. And the Wukongs will be laid right on top of the Night Stalker. Or keeping himself safe. They are pretty low at the back. The damage is done. Important kills. All they needed was that Dark Ascension to come off cooldown 3 seconds earlier, and they would have been able to save Armel, maybe even the Muerta's life.
That was a really close call, which is why Dota is such a game with margins. That was a big kill for Mongolz as well, to really try to slow down the pace of Puck, because, you know, looking at the network of Puck, he is very much on the trajectory to become like a really scary late game monster. And also don't forget, this is literally a first pick Puck. 8 pick, not 9. So seems like the pace of the game is still going pretty well here for Armel. It's going for Lincolns next, so not Yos, not Big Heavy, but Lincolns.
At a 1 HP TB, having a bit of a fight apparently in bottom with the Lion and the Monkey King. He's walking all the way out from that bottom lane territory while this smoke is connecting towards the triangle. That really tickled the thigh of the Dawnbreaker, but too big to catch. But Armel is still on the job. He'll get the jump on JG. Surround him with 4. Kidori wants to fight this maybe. Gets the bat onto 2. And the Gleipnir also connecting on multiple heroes, but unfortunately nobody else is interested and is in the vicinity.
I'm really liking this decision making from Kukuys. I feel like whenever you play against Dawn, you really want to go to the Dawn instead of going to Dawn's team, so that you remove the global presence. Also, normally people would not play around the Dawn. She wants to be completely alone, which is why we see that when they got on him, there's no one in within any close proximity with the Dawnbreaker at all.
Yeah.
So very good move coming out from Kukuys.
Not sure if we highlighted this, but the pretty big item on the Muerta, the Mage Slayer.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, not the usual Atos that we see, isn't it? I think when you go for Mage Layer, you want to be able to scale a little bit and also increase your survivability because you're playing into high burst hit damage. Dawn, White Spirit, and Lion. I think the Mage Layer is going to be able to help you mitigate some of the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, item.
And the
Radiant's
fact that
middle tower is under
you
attack.
are pretty difficult to kill with the Pierce the Veil online. Of course, there's a lot of burst, there's a ton of magical damage that they can still get through, but Pierce the Veil will give you that opportunity to stand your ground for a moment and apply those debuffs.
Exactly.
Not the most reliable debuff applier. Like, I always bring up the Ember Spirit type heroes that hit multiple targets and
Radiant's
everybody
bottom
gets the
tower is
debuff.
under attack.
But on a hero that can maybe stick around for just a little bit longer and land it on, say, a Lion, then you throw a finger and
Dire's top tower
TV doesn't
is under
necessarily even
attack.
die.
I guess he probably thinks that Atos is not that valuable in this game anyway, because you are playing Pogna. The Pogna heal might be able to save whoever you're going on.
Nope.
Oh,
Look at, they missed
shot.
everything right there, but they're still going in as they got Castaway and JG silenced. That's the Dawn gone. Hidori trying to get into a better position to land the Wukongs, and he's forced to drop it right in the river.
They have to kite.
Stalker around, they have full vision, they're in full panic mode right now. The Mongols do not stand a chance. There was a time when the Golden Horde was toppled, and that leaves us with just Wonder Boy trying to make a run for it. Both jumps used. And it looks like this Void Spirit's going to be able to get out of harm's way, but it is a costly loss for the Mongols.
They were so on point. Once again, is Amel just going in, silencing 3, and finding Pogna plus Dawnbreaker. So there goes your defensive mechanism coming out from Mongols. When you take down the 2 of them, suddenly the fight becomes so easy because you don't have to worry about this Pogna heal, don't have to worry about Solar Guardian anymore. Also, that's what Night Stalker is able to give, provide to you, right? The flying vision. It allows the puck to find the backliners very easily. And so far, we haven't really seen JG make use of the Solar Guardian yet, because a couple of minutes ago he was getting ganked, and now he was being found in the team fight as well. So I feel like Kukuys, they have a pretty good idea how to play into Dawnbreaker drafts, I feel like. Or at least fighting into it.
Yeah, most of the time, the one hero that is not going to be with the team will join the fight, but if you start by jumping the hero, how do 4 guys get to help that one person?
Exactly. Pretty simple math.
It is very simple math, and they have cracked the code. Where it's just spotted with this deep ward, Kishka and Wonderboy are hunting. Jing does get the chance to react with 1 dead shot, but Wonderboy, they need every little bit for this Void Spirit, but it's taking so long. Defensive dead shot, and another Primal Spring jump, but the cogs in between!
Wow.
They are... I mean, they did not even have the finger on the Lion, so this is a bit of a desperate move in the end. I said this Muerta lives a bit longer, but I didn't expect the Muerta to live this long versus 3 different heroes.
Let's just say that Muerta wouldn't have lived through this if she had an Atos instead of the Mage Layer.
Yeah.
I think Mage Layer played a big factor there of her survival. So, and that was a clutch as a cog from AU as well. Really good heads up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, Puck with Arcane Rune, super scary.
And the
They have
Flare
fought
shows
out.
the support's positions. That's a great jump from Armel, but it's actually able to jump away from the Remnant without it popping. And there goes Castaway and Kishka and maybe Wonderboy as well. Caught with the hook shot. Mongols are in shambles right now. Nothing is working. The gank fails. They stick around. They lose 3 heroes after. We don't have the impact of this Void Spirit.
Radiant are
And I'm getting worried about this Monkey King's capability of carrying the game. I mean, they go for the Gleipnir, has the BKB coming up soon, but still, they have so many mobile heroes to just rotate around and away from this Wukong's ring.
Yeah, they also have 4 staff now on your way.
They don't
So
really
her
care
effect-
about this Monkey.
Yeah. That's why I was a little bit skeptical about this monkey pick, because I don't feel like there's enough lockdown for enemy to stay in the Mongolz command. I mean, I say that though, they do have Lion and Warspirit, just that they are always being targeted by the puck. So let's just say that I feel like Kukuys, they are so damn motivated right now to get a revenge with talent. It feels like they really want to win this game. I say that because puck is pretty crazy so far. Like, Amel is constantly running into enemy, knowing that you're playing to counters, White Spirit and Lion, but still he was running in relentlessly, just knowing exactly how to press his spells, how to just poke them and get out of jail.
Yeah.
So Amel, very impressive showing so far.
Yeah, he's had some crazy impact in not only just the series before, but continues. Truly looking like a ready team to contend. AU, they did see this clockwork. They should know about him. They halt their Roshan progress for the time being, so his jetpack ended and it made a little flare animation, and I think that revealed him.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate, yeah.
A for effort though.
Seen some crazy Nyx Assassin Roche steals where they pop the Vendetta with the Scuttle Facet, and they just walk from the edge of that Roshan pit, like from the back, straight into the pit, and just take the Aegis and stun everybody. Those are
funny.
Those are pretty sick. It's like, where did he come from? Like, we're guarding the entrance. Yeah, he doesn't care about entrances. He's running around the cliffs of the edge of the map, and then just comes into the Roche pit from wherever he wants.
JG, he sensed something. The 28-minute mark Wisdom Rune is coming up, so 4-man smoke, trying to camp this Wisdom Rune.
And the Tormentor. Radiant Scan does reveal them all, though.
Dire are scanning.
So they're pretty sure the whole team is waiting.
Question is, do they want to fight this?
And they got the Aegis. This could work.
Radiant's top tower
But maybe I'm optimistic. Maybe they are optimistic. Kiska shows himself under the tower. He needs to get this wave out of the way. Wonder Boy, Smoke hasn't... Oh, he got a beautiful jump on two with JG coming in. They might be in a bit of panic here as they've got the puck control and Armel's gone. Kishka will die right after. Jing fighting versus Kadori. Yoe's backing out to the sides. They nicely Delta split their way out of the Wukong's ring. Jing cast away both down. Now it looks like it's a fight of 3 versus 3. Still have the Aegis here. Wonder Boy will lose his first life. Kidori down as well. Can they continue this fight all the way? JG, there's backup from Kishka. The buyback from the Lion. And they've got Yoe and Jewel still fighting all the way to the end. That is a dieback on Kishka. And Yoe, no Sunder. JG takes down another. They will lose both Wonder Boy and then Yoe at the end. So JG, the last man standing after all of this.
Okay, that was a crazy, what, I think 9 hero died?
Yeah, Aegis,
Maybe
a dieback.
11 hero died, because there's a dieback from Lion.
Yep, 11 kills.
Right, crazy fight. I mean, I asked the question, right, do they want to fight that? But there's also another question, do they have to? Because before they went into the fight, even though they are having Aegis, but they are 10k behind. So I think TB was like, scary for a moment, but then thankfully they are fighting so close near the Radiant base. I think the Lion buyback was very necessary, even though he died, but I think that was very important for him to truly commit to the fight and find a victory for his team, and I think exactly that he did that. We also talk about how Dawnbreaker has the ability to maybe carry this game, and I think for JG to stay alive throughout the entire fight gives him enough, hopefully gives him enough resources to get some really nice items to go up against TB, because he's starting to feel like Monkey King alone is not enough for the TB.
Just the fact that they were able to walk onto the high ground and not get intercepted by the Kukuys stack. Like, nothing. The Void Spirit just literally walked up there and insta got a 2-man silence. It was like, hey, this could be the start of a really good fight.
Yeah, sometimes you just need someone on your team to play a little bit fearlessly. I feel like before this, it was Puck that was the one that just goes in, really rely on his own individual skill to get out of jail because he has no help while he's doing that. And this time around, it was Wonderboy that created the opportunity for his team. So I think it really comes down to the mid showdown, who is able to find a better opening for their team, and who is able to follow up better to that.
Their aggressive posture here in the top lane, setting themselves towards that tier 2 tower push. Mongols are defending their triangle frantically. They want to hold on to this area. Spreading around onto the high ground positions once again. Looks like they're just TPing out and maybe out to meet the Monkey King. Mass TPs to the bottom lane. Instant warning sign given for the Monkey to get the hell out of there.
Is he getting out though? Don't be greedy for the small camp. Run.
Dire
Won't work.
are scanning.
He is in range for the hook. If he sends something in the trees.
Shown by the dire scan, but he's so tempted. He's so tempted to throw the bat out. And do they read his position? Not really. And they find Jing. Jing. Here's the Veil still available here. Armel with a jump in the hook shot misses, but they're going to be able to chase Kishka. He's getting healed by Castaway and by the Solar Guardian. And now onto the Clockwork they go. AU low. Still surviving for a very long time. Yoe, and now Jewel! 4-man silence, 5-man silence in between all of them, and Armel couldn't quite get them all inside that connection. So they're able to walk away. Yoe didn't get too many hits in either. Really good jump by the Night Stalker, and the puck coming just a tad bit too late, but I think most importantly the TB was too far away to hit them.
Yeah, that shows you, right? Like, Team Kukuys, they really need to line up their disables and damage better because even though they have such a big silence, there were no follow-up disables, and without those, TB can't get the hits in. So you kind of have to use the puck coil plus the TB together to get some kills. And that would be one of the very important conditions for them to take fights for moving forward. Amel and Ryoe, they have to be in sync. Because the opportunities are there, they need to have the tools to capitalize on them.
They've been able to keep this mid and the bottom lane pushed in pretty well. The Mongols, that is. It's just the top lane that is in the hands of the Kukuy stack. Now, smoking up as two. Clockwork and Night Stalker. They have been attempting this Kadori Monkey King multiple times. Looks like they're bringing in the whole team for this smoke this time around.
Radiant's middle tower is
it taking too long to regroup for that smoke, though? Looks like they might be under a little bit of vision. They did see the Mongols moving in. That's what there's the 34-minute illusion rune. It's not really something that the puck was wanting to jump onto, but he spots the Void Spirit, and now they know where they are and no longer in an area where the Kukuys could go.
Kind of curious why Monkey King went for the Manta. Like, what is there to dispel? Not too obvious to me, so kind of curious why he went for that instead of items like Skadi Daedalus or even the Aghanim, right? He was queuing up the Aghanim slightly earlier. Manta style, not sure about that. But I do like War Spirit's item choices though. Going for the Witchblade and going for Parasma later. He wants to have a bit of more potential to deal more damage to the backlines and eventually stay long enough to deal more of this passive damage to the chorus of Team Kukuys. I think that is a fantastic itemization.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
AC is gonna come out soon for JG as well.
It's a pretty big damage item, sure, on the side of the Mongols, but I do agree with you that Manta does feel a bit odd on the MK.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, because Monkey Illusions are not the strongest in dealing damage to heroes nor creeps, which is why, and that's normally why you want to buy the Manta 4 as well, besides the Dispel.
And I don't
They
think...
are in the pursuit though.
Yeah, and I don't think the TB reflection hits you that hard either, right?
Yeah, not really. We'll see. We'll see how it makes it work.
If the TB created reflection illusion gets Jingu Mastery stacks and the buff, then I'd understand that monkey hitting a Monkey King, getting bonus damage, that would be pretty sick. So thankfully it doesn't work that way.
It would be kind of crazy if it works that way.
It would be kind of crazy. You could use all passives. Not all of them do. Some of them work, some of them don't. Kishka found in the river.
Yes, Nullifier.
A lot of healing,
heal.
though. This heal is insane. Like, he got, like, an extra 700, but it's not enough. Jing dead. Castaway gone as well. With the Wukong's placed down in the river, right on top of AU. He's trying to get himself out of this one. Wonder Boy still applying pressure onto the Clockwork. He disappears for a moment. And at the same time, they're fighting in the back line. They found JG. All the damage dealers stack on top of the Dawnbreaker. Make sure they will get another core kill. Trade 3 for 1.
Very successful smoke coming out from Team Kukuys. They have been trying to make this smoke play, but the one couple of minutes ago wasn't successful. But this one, they managed to find the line first. And despite all the save attempts coming out from Mongolz, they still bring him down. And all of a sudden, they managed to isolate Dawnbreaker for the entire team, bring down the Dawnbreaker, and all of a sudden, they lost the ability. To
Monkey's dying. And he's dead.
Wait, why is he there even?
He was trying to push the tier 3 for some weird reason, but that's not the place to be. Yeah, Yoi's saying exactly. Perhaps that wasn't wise.
I understand the why Observer would miss the kill because you would not imagine the Monkey King to be on their tier 3 at this moment.
Yeah.
Pretty odd decision making there. Maybe he's trying to cut some creeps, knowing that Dawnbreaker is dead, and yeah.
The triple dots say everything.
Voice Spirit is getting bigger and bigger, so this is one very good news for Mongolz fan out there. I think Voice Spirit might just take over the carry responsibility for Monkey King at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
especially once
late
you get the Daedalus.
Late game Void Spirit with, say, something like a Hex or a Bloodthorn is super scary because the distance you can cover and the damage that you deal in such a short time span. Items like you mentioned, the Parasma. The hero just hits like an absolute truck. With one quick go, you can basically just rid off maybe even a Terribly, because the resistances for this TB aren't enough. You don't have a BKB on this hero, so... But still, the Void is lagging behind everybody else in net worth, even if he is getting bigger. It also means that this Terrorblade has also hit 25,000 net worth, and the Daedalus is almost done. And the 25 talent is online very soon.
Yeah, this might be where they would like to just slowly close out the game. You can either poke the enemy high ground here, or you can take it slower.
Versus the Void, Yobei on the high ground. Can't get close enough to help his friend, and now into Jewel's arms. BKB is forced. Can they kill him? Woo!
Wait, Coil?
That was 100. That was 100 HP. I think they used the coil to try and do damage to the hero, but does it connect on a BKB target, even if it doesn't? Like,
I think it does a bit of damage, yes. So
yeah,
he
so
was
there's the
trying to
impact
really
damage.
maximize the damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Unfortunately,
really.
Puck was not 25 yet.
Yeah, it was literally 100 HP remaining on the Void Spirit. So I think that was a value effort to try and go for it, but that is a big ulti. Have to wait to get it back. Bit under 1,000 gold left for this TB to have that Daedalus up.
Forcing the BKB also means that now Kukuys, they are in a better position to force something to happen. If they would like to take a fight, this would be a pretty good window for them. Westbridge desperately needs the BKB to play all these fights. You have multiple silencers coming out from Team Kukuys, from Puck and Muerta, so if they are able to lock the Westbridge down, they will have enough damage to kill him. but it seems like they want to split it up a little bit more. Maybe perhaps wait for the data list before they group up again.
Jewel walks
Jewel?
into Kiska. Kiska with the stun. JG coming in as well with the Solar Guardian. And they're going to get the stun on him. Yahweh with the Sunder and plays that Aegis to the final moment. Is he even going to lose it? The Lion and Castaway with the life drain. Finally able to take it out of play. Jing did get a Pierce the Veil for the moment, but he is gone. Buyback from Kishka. Armel has to pop the BKB on a puck out of all things. Kidori, though, dies at the same time. Jewel going to be jumping on the Castaway and take him out of play as well. And JG is isolated. All begins from a simple Sunder play. And now with 3 heroes dead, you might just make it 4 with a dieback on Kishka if Jewel gets to him in time, but unfortunately not close enough. Would have had the nullifier to remove that Glimmer Cape. And off we go for a push. Kukuys have increased the lead by double now. It's 19,000 gold. It might just be GG at this point with this kill. 80 seconds, but a buyback is available, but it's still only 2 versus 4.
There was such a timely Sunder coming up from Yoit. I have to say it gave me goosebumps. The way, you know, his understanding that if he's able to save the next Nocturne, then they will be able to turn around the fight with his Aegis. And that's exactly what they did. Perfect use of an Aegis right there. And it has led them all the way to the Ancient and trying to end the game here. Wonderboy staring and wondering in awe. Can he do anything to stop this push from happening? Monkey King's coming up in 10 seconds. That's all he needs to do. They're going to be sucking Yoei out of life, but they're so close to destroying the Ancient. They're fully focusing on it, and that will do it. Team Kukuys will take the lead in the series. And a quick 1-minute sequence